What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Ouch. I was trying to skin. Alright, so like I said, happy Thursday. But let's kind of just go over how to to scale blueprints again. I did a video on it. I wasn't really 100% thorough, and there's still some mix-up on exactly how to scale down to the inch. So let's jump into it. Alright, so let's jump into it. The blueprints I've been scaling, mostly everything is 1/8 is equaling 1 foot, right? So like with this blueprint showing lights, this is the lighting blueprint, but it's literally telling me that 1/8 is equal to 1 foot. But I did that last time, so let's change it up and let's do this one. 1/4 equals 1 foot. So let's look at that on the architect scale. So from this 0 to this last slash is equal to 1 foot. So what I like to do, because a lot of people, if their mark that they're measuring, if it lands like in between a slash mark, they like to just call whatever the closest slash mark is, that's what they like to call it as. So if it landed here, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's 2 feet. But it's actually less than 2 feet if it landed in here. So I'm going to show you how to measure it down to the inch. And that's what these are for. It's going to tell you what the inches are when you're measuring something. So the first thing I do is I know that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches and half of 12 is 6. So I always look for the center mark first. So this is my center mark right there. So I know if it lands here, that's 6 inches. If it lands here, that's 12 inches. Right? So half of 6 is right there. That's 3 inches. So you can kind of tell. You can also count the slashes, but that's kind of a little difficult. But you can count the slashes if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So each slash is literally equal to 1 inch. Let's test this out. Alright, so for this particular example, this is a 3-way switch on the wall. I have to lay it out, so I have to mark where it goes out in the field. I'm going to take my measurement from the inside of the wall to the center of where the switch is. It's just easy for me to do that. So I'm going to line my 0 up. Make sure that your 0 is lined up where you want to start your measurement pull from. And then you see where it lands. So I can see that the switch is actually landing. It's not really landing on anything particularly. The center of the switch, which would be between the S and the 3. So I'm going to slide my scale down to the nearest notch. Right there. Right there is the nearest notch for me on the 1/4 scale. And then I'm going to see, oh shoot, hold on. I'm going to see how many notches. Because remember I told you your notches tell you how many inches. I can get it to focus. Okay, so let's count our notches. Looks like it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it looks like it's landing on the 4th notch, which would be 4 inches. So we know the inches. Now how many feet? 0 feet, 2 feet. So this one would be 3 feet. 3 feet, 4 inches. Just like that. Just a note to take. Remember, on a scale, you're going to have 2 different measurements on each side of it. So this one is 1/4 over here. But if you come down, this side is 1/8. So the smaller notches are for the 1/8 scale, right? These smaller notches are for the 1/8 scale. The bigger notches are for the 1/4 scale. So the 0, the 2, the 4, the 6. And you can also count to see exactly what other notches go with it. So this is 0, then you know this is the 1, and this is the 2. This is the 3. This is the 4. Do not count the little ones because those are not for the 1/4 scale. Those are for the 1/8 scale. If you don't pay attention, you can easily mess up your scaling like that. I've done it plenty of times. So just be alert of that. So that's all I got for y'all today. But if you have any questions, leave them in the chat. Be on the hard hat.